Hi, welcome to my makeup tutorial of the Queen of Hearts look. This isn't a common one. This is kind of one that I used a whole bunch of different inspirations for, but I mainly did this video. My boyfriend suggested, hey, do Queen of Hearts, because he's obsessed, because he's going to Beyond Wonderland with his friend, and I can't go because I'm not 18, so it sucks. I'll be there soon, but yeah, enjoy this video. So the first thing you want to do is get your hair back out of your face. That way it's not in your way while you're trying to do things. And I just use, you can put it in a ponytail, you can put it back into a braid, but I just like to messily toss it back with a clip. Very messy, very crazy too. Alright, so now once you have all your hair out of your way and off your face, I took a shower and I washed my face last night, so I'm not going to rewash my face. Instead, I'm just going to use, with my phone, I'm instead just going to use an astringent just to make sure everything's clear and nice and closed up. So you just put it on your forehead, down your neck. Just make sure you get it everywhere, and you'll feel a nice tingly sensation all over your skin. And I just pluck my eyebrows, so I make sure you put it on my eyebrows, so that way you don't get any ingrown hairs on your brow, because that would be a bad time. Okay, so now that I've done this, you can see my face looks darker because it's getting all red. Okay, once you've done that, you can go with a moisturizer over it, which I do in my dry spots, like my chin, my temples, and my forehead, just to make sure it's a nice surface to lay down what you want to put on your face. And that's my phone again. It's probably my boyfriend texting me, wondering why I'm not texting him back, because I'm taking too long doing this. So once you get that all over your dry areas, or areas that your skin tends to flake, I have combination skin, so my cheeks are always fine, but then sometimes my chin gets dry, sometimes it gets oily, same thing with everything else. It just can't make up its mind, so you just kind of go with it. Alright, so now you're done with prepping your face. Now you can put the base of your foundation on. If you want something thick with even sheer foundation, I have this foundation brush. It's just pretty basic. It's any foundation brush. It's like used with wet. Like I have this pump foundation. It's liquid, so that's what I use. So what I usually do is I just pump one pump on there and just dab it on to my face. And then after I have all the dabs, I just kind of, it's basically like painting your face. That's what this is. And once you have it, I'm really pale, so this is a really light foundation, and it's especially good for this look because you want to be pale. And this is just a start. You can always put on more if you need to. Make sure you go over the eyebrows, over your eyelids, under your eyelids. Just to make sure, ow, I just stabbed myself in the eye. That was fun. Just to make sure that everything's all nice and covered. You want to make sure that everything is blended well together. There's my phone again. And because my cheeks tend to get really pink, I put more down here and onto my cheeks because I want to be able to do what I want on my face. Instead, my face is trying to tell me what to do. And you can go over your lips if you like. It can help create better lines for what you want to do instead. Make sure you go underneath so it's blended into your skin so you don't look like a freak of nature. And my eyebrows are weird, so I tend to go back against them, so that way it gets foundation all up underneath them and up into your hairline. Alright, so that's that. Let's see, I have foundation all up on my face. And if you have a few more problem spots, you can just pat it on and they disappear. Alright, so now that you're done with that, you can do one of two things depending on what you want for day-to-day makeup. You can either use a translucent powder, which I have a translucent powder from Ben Nye, which is fair because I'm white. I'm really white. There's no escaping it. Or you can use a bronzer, which is what I use sometimes when I want to look a little bit darker or to highlight things. So first, it's like a twist open. It's kind of like a salt shaker, if you can see that. You just tap it on, and then you flick your brush so it spreads, and then you just put it on your face. You have to do it a few times. I just don't like putting a lot on at once, in case there's more than I need. This is just good, and it helps hold everything in place. So that way your makeup doesn't go everywhere. Those are my dogs. Just snowed here, so that's why everything's like really light. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so now you're done with the base of your face. And now that you have your base set, you can kind of, I don't want to call it highlighting, it's more of accentuating things with bronzer. So here I have an angled cheek brush, that's what it's called, I don't know. And I just put it in the bronzer, and then I pinch it just to make it a little bit thin. I'm going to put it in the hollows of my cheek. You can't really tell that well on the screen, but because it's so light, but in real life you can see it pretty well. And then once you do that, you can also put it under here on your jaw. Those are the places that I like to do it. Other people do it up on the forehead and your temples and things like that, but I don't mess with that. And then you blend it a little bit so it looks more together. I think it's funny. So it looks more natural when you're wearing makeup. Anyways, so that's just some ways you can highlight it. Now, when looking up inspiration for creating this look, I noticed a lot of people painted just cards on their face, and I'm not really partial to that. I'm more of doing like symbolism and things that make you, where it looks more like normal makeup, but you can tell that, oh, that's what you're trying to be. So to start this off first, I'm going to do lips, because in my opinion that's the easiest thing. And what you're going to do is you're going to take foundation and put it all on your lips. Now I have kind of not weird shaped lips for this, but just large, so you can tend to tell even when they're covered up. So now you have put foundation all up on your lips so that they're ultimately invisible. I have a mirror over here, by the way, to help me look closer at things. Now that you have that all done, it helps if you put on chapstick before, so you don't quite have to deal with that. I'm going to put powder on it. I know, business grade. Alright, then once you're done with that, you can get out brushes, and I have a few different kinds of brushes for this. I have a normal, sort of thick-ish brush, and then I have a large brush, that can be used for this also, but for this I'm more than likely going to use the smaller brush because I need more fine details. And then with us theater people, because I love theater, Ben Nye is an amazing man who has created wonderful makeup products for us. So I just have sort of like a kit here that has my gruesome makeup stuff in it. But once I find the right palette that I'm looking for. So I have two Ben Nye kind of grease paint, normal paint palettes. So you can see right here, this one's more of a bruising palette. It has red, yellow, a burgundy color, and a dark purple. And then this one has like a pink color, a darker rose color, a brown, and a black. I'm going to be using the black and the red for my lips. And what we're going to do is we're going to be kind of creating a half and half effect. So you're going to take whatever brush you're going to use. I'll start with the black first, and I'll put it on my left side. So what you want to do is kind of just draw a line down the middle, like that, in between your lips, all the way down. So now you have a split lip with black. And then you're going to go with your natural arch in your lip and just go up like that and color that in. Now you're going to be turning it into a half of a heart. So I can't really talk when I do this, I'll explain it after. But we can always go over it. Okay. Then of course you're going to wipe it off so you can use the red without it being tainted. And you're going to do the same thing with the red. Go the line down the middle so that's kind of blended. And then do your best to match it up. So as you can see, I've got it pretty much symmetrical right now. If you need to go back over and fix anything, you can use the foundation. If you want to recover your lips so everything looks cleaner. And if you want, you can blend the two colors together that are in the middle. So that way you get kind of a gradient look. Alright. So I'm just going to use my foundation brush and go over the edges. So there. Now you have your black and red lips that are in the shape of a heart.